A warm good afternoon to everyone present here. And before I start up with my speech on the topic, the real why factor, I want everyone to respond to this one question. Have you ever followed a rule without ever asking a why? Yes, I can see the hands. So think about it for a moment. And obviously, I can read the answer from all of your faces. So let me start into it. It all started in one morning. I stepped out of my house and there was a black cat staring at me and crossing the road. Not a great sign. Just as I was leaving, someone in the room sneezed. Things were getting really serious. And then later that evening, I accidentally broke a mirror. And at that point, I thought, that's it, game over. But somehow, I managed to survive that day. The funny thing is, I still don't understand why we believe or follow any of those rules or beliefs. Which made me wonder, what will really happen when someone finally asks why to all these beliefs? So what will finally happen when someone asks why to all these questions? So, if you also want to know the answer, then you must hear this story. In a small village, people used to walk 15 kilometers every day to fetch water from the river. And a few steps away, there was a large stone. Everyone used to believe that no one should ever cross that stone or something bad may happen. No one remembered who made that rule or when it began, yet everyone followed it. Years passed, and one day a young girl stood in front of that stone and asked a question that no one had asked in so many years. Why? She stepped past that stone and hidden behind the tall grass was a fresh spring of water. The villagers had been walking 15 kilometers for generations, while water had just been a few steps away. Not hidden by nature at all, but hidden by a rule that no one had questioned for so many years. So, the biggest discoveries in life don't come from working harder. They come from asking a simple question, why? But when we truly understand why, something powerful happens, not just for people, even for business. Have you ever walked past the Starbucks near a college? And nearby, you can see some small coffee shops, right? Every day, when I used to pass them, the small coffee shops are completely filled with a lot of GCTians sitting there, laughing, shouting, drinking tea, as if they're solving the world problems in a roundtable meeting. But when I look at the Starbucks, poor thing, it's calm, quiet, and almost empty most of the time. And I used to wonder, are these people serious? Do they even understand marketing? And one day, I heard that Starbucks had more than 30,000 stores across the globe. I was literally shocked. How is it even possible? If Starbucks had advertised like most other companies do, it would sound something like this. We sell premium coffees. It's hot, it's brown, it has caffeine in it. Please buy it, you'd love it. Honestly, would that ever convince you to buy a coffee worth 200 rupees? Probably not, right? It's like someone proposing marriage by saying, I'm a human, you are a human, statistically, probably, mathematically, this could work magic. So, that's exactly how most of the companies communicate. They start with what they sell. But Starbucks started with something deeper. Something deeper. People always need a third place. Not home, not work, but a place in between where people can sit, relax, and talk. That became their why. And then came the how. Comfortable spaces, warm lighting, and baristas calling your name. And then finally the what? Same old typical coffee made out of white milk, colorless water, and obviously beans, coffee beans. When we start with what, we compete with everyone. But when we start with why, we create something in which people believes in and start to invest in. This does not apply only for companies, it's also for humans. Imagine you finally decided to go to the gym tomorrow morning and your alarm rings, and for the first time you actually wake up and turn off your alarm. You put on your clothes, shoes, and head to the gym. The trainer tells you, run on the treadmill for 30 minutes. You start with the full form of energy, and just after 2 minutes, your legs start hurting, your breathing feels heavy, and your mind is already saying, this is a terrible decision ever. And then you feel a slight breeze from behind, and you turn your head and you realize that your biggest crush just walked into the gym. And not only that, they're standing right there and watching you run on the treadmill. Something magical happens, right? You finally ended up running 30 more minutes. How is it possible? What changed? The treadmill? Nope. Your muscles, that too in just 2 minutes. It's not noodles to get ready in 2 minutes. What changed is the reason why. That may sound funny, but that reveals more powerful thing about the human nature. When our why becomes strong enough, any how becomes suddenly possible. That's exactly what Viktor Frankl wrote in his Man's Search for Meaning. He who has why to live can bear almost any how. He who has why to live can bear almost any how. Until now, we spoke about why in business and motivation. But sometimes this why can become deeply personal, right? So now I need to confess something. The answer to the question, why am I not enough? The most painful question I've ever been asked is, why? Why weren't you enough? Why didn't you get it? Why did you give everything and still not reach there? That word why followed me for years. Until a point in my life, I believed that if I wanted something badly enough, I'd somehow achieve it. There was a point in my life where I need to prove myself. I need to prove myself. Not everyone supported it, even my parents. So, I moved into a hostel. And for 1 year, my life was very simple. Just wake up at 4, study, eat whatever I get, attend the classes, study again, sleep late, repeat. This was going on in a loop. No other distractions. This was going on in a loop. I believe that if I give 100% now, life would return 100% later. And guess what? I didn't succeed at all. That same question stood in front of me from my parents, relatives, and friends. Why? Why were you overconfident? Why did you waste a year? Why did you waste so much money? Why did you believe in yourself so much when you already knew that you can't? For all those questions, I didn't have any answer because I couldn't prove them wrong, right? I stood still like this. I was broken, completely broken from inside. I cried a lot, and all those silent cries changed me somehow. I became afraid of trying, because trying again meant risking another why. Sometimes you give everything to a person, right? Your countless time, your effort, your care, and finally, one fine day, you realize you are not the one they choose. The pain is real, and the pain is the same thing. Some people are not meant to walk with you until the end. They're only meant to be with you until you become the next version of yourself. But we put the blame on ourselves. Even if we are made to be the scapegoat or thrown under the bus, we blame on ourselves saying, why am I not enough? But we rarely ask a different question, right? If someone can walk away from my life or your life so easily, then the next question should be, why shouldn't I come back as my next version? You had experienced this lot many times. Failure does not occur only once in your lifetimes. It comes in different forms, right? So last time, I worked really hard to stand on the stage. Really hard. Literally, I visualized myself standing on the stage under the spotlight and being applauded. Finally, I became the runner-up. I was truly happy for the great position that I had secured, but even after that, in the corner of my heart, there was a little bit of feeling. Because I was so close but not close enough. I was so close but not close enough. On that day, I still remember myself sitting in that corner and watching someone else under the spotlight that I had dreamed the most. While everyone was watching, my mind was piled up with thoughts like, why am I not enough? Maybe I'm not confident enough. Maybe my stories are not good enough. Maybe I don't deserve it at all. Maybe I should stop trying out things. And actually, I did. I stopped trying. I quit. Whether it may be an exam, a dream, or a person. The pain is not about losing. The pain is giving everything and still not being chosen. And that time, I realized something dangerous. My why was purely outcome-based. Why didn't I get it? Why didn't I get it? Why didn't I become the one? Why didn't I win? As long as my why depended on being chosen, I would always be fragile. Honestly, exactly few days before standing here today, I asked a different question to myself. But this time, not why didn't I get the stage, but why should I come back? Why do I still want to stand right here? Why do I still want to give a try? Why do I still believe in myself so much, even seeing so many failures? The answer shocked me. I don't want any win or anyone to validate me. I just want the journey to build me through my mistakes and pains. I just want the journey to build me through my mistakes and pains. I may not have gotten into IIT. I may not be the one who selected always. I may not be the one who won the last time. But I'll always be the one who shows up again and again because now my why has changed. It's why will I continue becoming better regardless of the outcome. That one shift changed everything. Today I stand here not because I was chosen always, but because I refuse to stop choosing myself. When you go out of this room, I want you to remember just this one thing. If you're someone who gave everything and still lost, if you loved deeply and weren't chosen, if you worked hard and didn't win, if you were close to the spotlight but never under it, maybe your question is wrong. It's not why am I not enough. Maybe the real question is, why will I return? Why should I come back? Because sometimes life will not choose you. But you can always choose yourself to rise again and again, and that is the real why factor. Thank you for this great opportunity. Thank you.